Patricia Ann Boyd, born on March 17, 1944, in the charming town of Tatton, Somerset, England, grew up in a family shaped by the post-war British experience. Her father, Colin, served in the Royal Air Force, which meant frequent moves, sometimes overseas, giving young Pattie a sense of adaptability from an early age. As the eldest of four children, she naturally assumed a nurturing role, caring for her siblings Colin, Jenny, and Paula. Her childhood was marked by transitions, her parents' separation, and later remarriages, yet these challenges strengthened her resilience. Pattie's upbringing exposed her to a variety of social environments, shaping her confidence and poise. Despite the uncertainties around her, she developed an ability to connect with people easily. This foundation of stability amidst change would later serve her well, both in her burgeoning modeling career and in navigating the intense world of celebrity relationships. Introduction to fashion and modeling. Pattie's path into modeling began in London in 1961, just after completing school. At the time, London was buzzing with cultural revolution, making it an exciting place for someone seeking opportunity. Working at Elizabeth Arden's salon, her beauty and charm did not go unnoticed. A staff member from Honey magazine suggested she try modeling, and within a year, Pattie had become one of the most sought-after faces of the swinging 60s. She graced the pages of prestigious publications such as Vogue, Vanity Fair, and L'Officiel, embodying the sophistication and youthfulness of the era. Photographers like David Bailey and Terence Donovan captured her effortlessly stylish presence, while she also shared the spotlight with fellow icons like Jean Shrimpton. Modeling offered more than fame. It allowed Pattie to explore her creativity and establish herself as a symbol of elegance, intelligence, and charm, setting the stage for her entry into the world of music legends. The meeting with George Harrison, Pattie's life, took a dramatic turn in 1964 during the filming of A Hard Day's Night, where she first met George Harrison, the lead guitarist of the Beatles. Cast as a schoolgirl extra, she unexpectedly caught George's attention. Although she was dating at the time, the connection was immediate, sparking a romance that would captivate the public. Their relationship unfolded amid Beatlemania, thrusting Pattie into a life of global recognition. Balancing a high-profile modeling career with the pressures of public scrutiny required grace, and Pattie handled it with poise. Her bond with George grew quickly, reflecting a blend of affection, admiration, and shared curiosity for the evolving cultural scene of the 1960s. Their story became emblematic of the era's fusion of music, fashion, and celebrity, a whirlwind romance that fascinated fans while placing Pattie at the center of one of the most celebrated relationships of rock history. Marriage to George Harrison. Pattie and George married in 1966 in a relatively modest ceremony, even as Beatlemania reached its peak. Their early years together were filled with creativity, glamour, and cultural exploration. Their Surrey home became a hub for musicians like Bob Dylan and Eric Clapton, reflecting a lifestyle that combined artistry and social vibrancy. However, George's growing devotion to meditation and Indian philosophy gradually created distance in their marriage. While Pattie admired his spiritual pursuits, she sometimes felt isolated from the world he was immersing himself in. The pressures of fame compounded these challenges, as did George's occasional infidelities. Over time, emotional intimacy waned, leaving Pattie feeling increasingly alone despite the public's fascination with their love story. Ultimately, the marriage became a study in contrasts, shared passion and joy alongside quiet disconnection, highlighting the personal complexities behind a life lived in the relentless spotlight of celebrity. The strain of fame and marriage. By the early 1970s, the strains on Pattie and George's marriage were increasingly evident. Living under constant public scrutiny, Pattie often experienced loneliness, despite being married to one of the most famous men in the world. George's commitment to spiritual practice and music consumed much of his attention, leaving little space for emotional closeness. Rumors of infidelity, including a notable incident involving Maureen Starkey, Ringo Starr's wife, added heartbreak and tension. Pattie recalls these years as emotionally challenging, describing moments of profound isolation. Yet she remained by George's side longer than many expected, navigating a complex mixture of love, loyalty, and public fascination. Their eventual separation in 1974, followed by a divorce in 1977, marked the end of a chapter that, while filled with admiration and deep affection, revealed the pressures fame can exert on even the strongest of relationships. Eric Clapton and the Power of Love. After her separation from George, Pattie became the center of another iconic rock and roll romance, this time with Eric Clapton, George's close friend. Clapton had long admired Pattie, and his affection inspired some of his most famous music, including the legendary song Layla. Their relationship was passionate, but turbulent, reflecting the intensity of both their personalities. Pattie faced the challenge of leaving her first marriage behind while navigating the emotional ups and downs of a new, public romance. They married in 1979, promising stability and shared happiness, yet Clapton's struggles with addiction and infidelity undermined their domestic life. Despite these hardships, their union left a lasting cultural imprint. Clapton's music immortalized Pattie as a muse, turning personal affection into timeless artistic expression. Though their marriage ended in divorce in 1989, the depth of their emotional connection remained an influential chapter in both their lives. Finding peace with Rod Weston after years of emotional turbulence and intense public scrutiny, Pattie eventually found calm in a quieter relationship with property developer Rod Weston. This partnership differed greatly from her earlier marriages, built on mutual respect, understanding, and emotional stability rather than fame and artistic intensity. Rod became an anchor in Pattie's life, offering a sense of security and normalcy she had long sought. Their relationship, spanning nearly 3 decades before marriage in 2015, provided a peaceful contrast to her prior experiences with celebrity partners. With Rod, Pattie could embrace a grounded lifestyle, free from the pressures and public fascination that defined her earlier years. This chapter allowed her to rediscover personal fulfillment, demonstrating that love can evolve from the dramatic and public into something private, nurturing, and enduring. Reflections on George Harrison. At 81, Pattie Boyd reflects on her first marriage with a combination of honesty and tenderness. While public fascination often simplified their story, she offers a nuanced perspective on their time together. "I adored George," she notes, acknowledging both the love they shared and the difficulties they faced. The pressures of fame, differences in spiritual pursuits, and emotional distance contributed to the eventual breakdown of their marriage. Yet Pattie also expresses gratitude for the lessons George imparted, particularly in cultivating inner peace and spiritual awareness. Their bond, she emphasizes, shaped her understanding of love and personal growth. Even after George's death in 2001, his influence on her life remained profound. Music and memories continue to remind her of the connection they shared, reflecting a lasting affection that transcends the end of their marital relationship. The lasting legacy of love. Despite their divorce, Pattie maintains a deep appreciation for her relationship with George, recognizing its enduring impact on her life. She credits him with teaching her to look beyond the material world and to seek inner peace, shaping her outlook on relationships and personal development. Pattie acknowledges the complexity of love, its beauty, heartbreak, and transformative power. Her experiences with George, Clapton, and Rod demonstrate different dimensions of love, from passionate and tumultuous to nurturing and stable. Each relationship contributed to her personal evolution, leaving lessons in resilience, self-awareness, and compassion. Pattie's story illustrates that love is rarely simple but can profoundly influence who we become. By reflecting on her past with clarity and honesty, she offers a perspective that honors both the joy and challenges inherent in meaningful connections. Pattie Boyd's reflections on life and love. Looking back on a life filled with iconic relationships, Pattie Boyd offers a perspective that blends wisdom with lived experience. She emphasizes that love is transformative, shaping character and personal growth rather than simply providing lifelong companionship. From her first love with George Harrison to her turbulent marriage with Eric Clapton and her serene partnership with Rod Weston, each chapter contributed uniquely to her understanding of herself and the world. Pattie embraces the lessons of patience, forgiveness, and resilience, appreciating both the joy and the pain that love brings. Her journey reminds us that personal evolution often occurs through relationships and experiences, and that the human stories behind fame are richer, more complex, and more meaningful than the headlines suggest. In her reflections, Pattie embodies grace, insight, and the enduring capacity to find peace and fulfillment in life.